Hello, you're watching Sightline. Today our guest is Munkhchimeg, Communications Manager at Achilles International Mongolia. Munkhchimeg, thank you for coming to talk to us.
Thanks for the invitation, and it's a pleasure to talk to you today.
Thank you. Achilles International NGO operates in 25 countries to enable people with all kinds of disabilities to participate in running events in order to promote personal achievements. So its Mongolian branch was founded in 2015. So could you tell to our audience how the Achilles International Mongolia was founded?
Yes, as you recently said, it operates in 25 countries actively, but it counts about more 70 countries. And the Mongolian branch is the 76th nation to registered as Achilles International. So the founder of Achilles International, Dick Traum, who is a knee amputee and the first amputee marathon runner who has completed the road in the New York City Marathon. Now he has become a high-end cyclist. Several years ago, around 2014, he met the Mongolian founder Sarnchulung, who has the same disability, and they also actually talked about their ups and downs, about their problems, and he offered her to establish Mongolian branch and to run in a full marathon. Sarnchulung Atung is also a knee amputee and a marathon runner who has a strong desire to change the people's, especially the disabled people's life through their running.
Sarnchulung also founded the Let's Run Facebook page back in 2014, right? The
Yes.
1 year before the Achilles International Mongolia was founded.
Yes, she created a community for runners named Let's Run Club, which has over 7,000 members on the Facebook now. And developing from that, it grew up to the independent club called Achilles Mongolia Club. Yes.
So Achilles International Mongolia holds many activities for children, youth, and elderly people who are living with disabilities. And one of them is the Hope and Possibility Marathon, which is organized annually in September. So this year, the marathon was held online due to the pandemic. So could you tell us how was it like to organize the marathon virtually?
Okay, so we have been organizing Hope and Possibility Marathon since 2015, and it actually involved over 5,000 people in total. And then this marathon is pretty special that offers the able-bodied person is running with the disabled runners who has a mentally disabled or physically or developmentally disabled on their one road. And then purpose of the marathon is to encourage and inspire the disabled people through their successes of achievement and leads to active social life through their running, and then to have Paralympic champions from Mongolia. So as you mentioned, this marathon was held online, and so online marathon means everyone could run in wherever they live in or whenever they are free, and also maybe when the weather is pleasant. Online marathon offered us to reduce the venue cost, preparation costs, and we have just only focus on a clear information on how to register, what kind of application to use for the tracking, and how the reward system goes. Yes.
So what kind of application did you use for the online marathon?
Yes, we use the Strava application for the cycling, running, and walking.
Cycling is hand cycling.
Yes.
Is that right? So you said 5,000 people participated in the Hope and Possibility Marathon.
Yes.
So is it with the repeated numbers?
It's a repeated number.
So you said there were both the able-bodied people and also disabled people. So how many % of them are able-bodied and how many % of them are disabled people that participated in the marathon?
About 20% of them are disabled, and then remaining percentage of them are able-bodied.
Ah, I see. So every athlete who finishes the marathon is awarded a finisher medal.
Yes.
And also 72 top athletes are awarded gold, silver, and bronze medals depending on their categories. So the categories are based on their gender and their age. What other categories do you have?
Okay, so this marathon involves over 150 runners this year because of the pandemic, and then they are actually from Ulaanbaatar, some provinces like Darkhan, Khob, and internationally it covered Ireland and Austria. It might seem incredible that 72 athletes got rewarded, but we have to remember that it's a marathon not to compete with each other, to support each other and guide them. So this medal means them the inclusivity, joy and pride. The categories were dependent on their ages, gender, and distance of international distance, like 10 kilometer, 21 kilometer, and 42 kilometers. And the last categories were based on their whether he or she is disabled or not.
So it means that some of the able-bodied participants also were awarded in other categories, in the able-bodied categories, and in other categories, the disabled people are awarded. So, but do you differentiate the types of disability? For example, if it's a hand cycling or if it's a running, and do you divide them into separate categories?
Yes, we divide into just two types, as you said, and the hand cyclists and the running. The running athletes can be all types of people with a disability.
Mm-hmm. Since July 2015, the same year Achilles Mongolia was founded, the Achilles Kids Program also initiated and has been implemented for the elementary and also middle schoolers at 6 special schools in Ulaanbaatar. So how many students have joined the program so far, and also how is the Achilles Kids Program implemented in Ulaanbaatar?
Achilles Kids Program is a walking and running rolling program for children and teens with the disabilities. Physical activity is very important for children's healthy activity and development, but for disabled children, it's very important than we think. As you mentioned, this program covered over 500 children from 6 special needs schools. It works in partnership with the adaptive physical education teachers and setting up their chapters in their schools. And volunteers from the Achilles run with their children twice or three times a week during the curriculum school year. And then importantly, we give the student points to measure their achievement at any level of participation and gain their confidence through their successes. Their experience of working hard to reach their ambitious goals has an enormous benefits to their self-esteem and confidence.
So on average, how many kilometers do the kids run per week?
So in a week, they differ from each other, but average kilometer is about 5 kilometers.
5 kilometers.
Yeah.
And they run with the volunteers from your Achilles International Mongolia. So how do you recruit new volunteers? And what requirements do you have when you are recruiting new volunteers?
So requirement is not high standards, but we very prioritize their love of kids.
So someone who is dedicated and someone who loves children can be volunteers.
Yeah.
Do you have like age limits for the volunteers?
No.
So you've said through your events and through your marathons, you enable this people living with disabilities to gain more confidence.
Yes.
And the faith in their lives. So, like, what else would you say about the importance and missions of Achilles International? What kind of difference does it make to the participants' lives? Can you name some of the examples of your athletes?
This provides the athletes with support of community. Within this community, athletes can gain the measurable physical strength and build their confidence through successes, which often transfer to their other parts of their lives. I'm also part of this community who has missed some fingers. In my opinion, running a full marathon is one success for us, but behind that, the ways and maybe training to run the full marathon requires us communicative skill, adaptability skill, and persistency. So that is the most important thing that we provide.
So thank you very much. And how many people are there on your team? How many people are there on the board? And also, how many volunteers do you have?
So Achilles Mongolia involves 30 disabled runners, and they're about 40 guide runners. All the volunteers are not very permanent, and temporary volunteers are counted up to 500, and the permanent is about 100. So temporary volunteers actually help us on organizing Hop-in Possibility Marathons or Pink Walk Survivors event, and then while the permanent volunteers helps and supports financially or physically all the time.
So you named one of the activities Pink Walk.
Yes.
So could you elaborate on the event? What is Pink Walk?
Pink Walk is an event for the people who has survived their cancers.
Okay, so could you now tell us more about the Mongolian Achilles athletes? How many Achilles athletes are there, and also what kind of disabilities do they have? So you said the Pink Walk is organized for the people who overcome cancer, and also when they participate in the marathon Hope and Possibility, they would categorized in the disabled group. What other kind of disabilities do your athletes have?
So we have visually impaired and deaf and wheelchaired, and also most of us are hand amputee or knee amputee, and remaining has some other conditions.
So if you're wheelchaired, then you'll be competing in the hand size cycling division. Okay, thank you. So your athletes compete in the international marathons a lot, and could you share some of the big successes that your athletes made?
We have been participating in the World Top Marathons of 42 kilometers, which mainly covers over 50,000 people around the world. And Achilles team has been a part of New York City Marathon since 2015 and Berlin Marathon since 2019. And over the years, the participants from Mongolia have increased. For the success, our role model athlete, Batsarok Base, took third place in the disabled category in the New York City Marathon. Disabled category means the Achilles category. We also name like that. And then recently, on the 26th of September, 9 athletes and their 10 guides headed to Berlin Marathon. Our athlete Vandenberg got first place in the Achilles category within 3 hours and 19 seconds. So it is a very a big achievement for us. Almost all the athletes finished their roads within 6 years. Yeah.
Okay, so it's very great to hear all the accomplishments. Thank you. And what future projects and programs are you planning to implement in the future?
Actually, Achilles got known in just Ulaanbaatar area, so our long-term goal is to reach the local disabled citizens, and in the shorter term, we are planning to organize a Hope and Possibility Marathon in the 21 provinces. This is one of the activities that can reach the goal.
Okay, thank you very much. So our time is coming to an end, unfortunately. And what more would you like to tell our audience?
If someone around you is disabled from any accident or from birth, let us know and suggest the Achilles Mongolia Club, where we welcome warm-heartedly and influence their lives. And also, it's very pleasure to say that it's very free to donate to our organization in many ways.
So Achilles Mongolia International is always open to welcome new athletes, and then our audience also welcome to donate to your activities.
Yes.
So Munkhchimeg, thank you for coming to our studio and talking about this wonderful organization's activities.
Okay, thank you.
You've watched Sightline. Our guest today was Munkhchimeg Dorjjansang, Communications Manager at Achilles International Mongolia. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.